guys, if you're new here, my name is Jackson Desjardins, and for the past like 4 years, I have been helping people lose weight, improve themselves, and just find a better quality of life overall. It's what gets me excited. It's what allows me to serve you at a level that I would be happy with. I always tell people I could die tomorrow because of some of the messages that I've got on Instagram or some comments that I've gotten. But recently, I have crossed the milestone of 50K. And you hear 50K and you're like, Jackson, why are you celebrating 50K? Like, celebrate 100K when you get there, right? Like 50K isn't enough, right? And for me, it's so easy to like look at everybody else's YouTube channel and like not allow myself to celebrate small wins until I get to like 100K. But you see, once you get to 100K, you're not going to let yourself celebrate till 500K and then a million. It's like you never allow yourself to actually like ruminate in the win and in all this progress you've made and all the hard work that you put into it. And if you never let yourself celebrate your wins, I just find life to be very bleak, and I don't want to do the hard things because there's no benefit. I don't reward myself. And guys, I just want to start off this one-on-one situation right here with a massive thank you. Like, I could not do any of this without you guys. You guys are truly allowing me to make something that was once a vision into reality. And it's got to be the coolest thing ever doing that. And in any aspect. It doesn't have to be YouTube. It doesn't even have to be like financial. It doesn't have to be followers. It doesn't have to be any of that shit. But like making something that was in your head real is quite a cool feeling. And like I said, I just couldn't do that without you guys. So a massive thank you to all of you who subscribe and all of you who regularly view my content, and nothing but love as always. But in this video, I want to make it for the people who want to get into content creation themselves, because it has been a long journey getting to 50K. I've been doing this for like 4 years, like I said, almost 4 years, like 3.5 years. To some of you, you're like, Jackson, you've been doing this for that long and you're only at 50K. And yes, certain things you can control, certain things you can't control. I am more so about quality than I am quantity, just with everything that I do. I just want to share with you guys who are aspiring content creators 7 tips that I have learned over the past 3.5 years of making content and uploading it to YouTube that are actually going to be super practical. This is no fluff. This isn't just like random tips that I found in a blog post. So guys, I'm gonna do like a speed round of these tips because I'm not going into too much detail. They're just general concepts that you must abide by if you want to get into YouTube content creation. Number 1, start before you're ready. I know it's really easy to wait till everything's perfect and wait till everything's ready to like buy the perfect camera, get the perfect microphone, do all this BS. I probably should have started YouTube about 6 months before I did, but I had to wait until I had all the perfect equipment. You don't need the perfect camera, you don't need the perfect lights, you don't need the perfect microphone. You could do it with your iPhone. Like, there's so many clips I got over my YouTube career that was literally just on my iPhone. I didn't know to get a 4K fancy camera. I didn't know to do any of this. I didn't know about frame rate or any of this filming stuff. I had to learn that along the way. So just start before you're ready and adapt after you've made some progress. Don't wait till everything's perfect to start, because you'll never start. The amount of people that I know who are like, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel, I'm so excited, and they've been saying it for like 4 years and never do anything. I know so many of them, so don't be one of them. Number 2, everything is figure-outable. When I started YouTube, I knew nothing about video filming, video editing, uploading to YouTube, picking the right keywords, SEO. I didn't know about any of this. So in my free time, I wouldn't be consuming the content for entertainment on YouTube. I would be learning, right? So I was learning, like, how do I get found on YouTube? Like, how do I get those subscribers? How do I get more of them, right? How do I tell a story? How do I get better about these things? And I had to learn through trial and error a lot of videos and hours put into each of them exactly how to do this right. And don't be overwhelmed when you don't know how to do something. You live in the easiest time to figure shit out. Just Google it, right? Google and YouTube were my best friends for doing YouTube. If I didn't know how to do something, 15 minutes I was an expert. And you can be the exact same. You just gotta like start and believe it and like learn and then apply, and you're like, wow, I didn't know I could do that. And then you do more shit from there. Deadass. Number 3 is a quick one. Honor your personal deadlines. Genuinely, guys, I can honestly say that I would never have made it through YouTube, and I would have never have made it to 50K. I would have never made it through my first year of YouTube if I didn't set my Sunday deadline. Sometimes it's a day after, sometimes it's a day before, sometimes I've done 2 videos in a week, but religiously, I have set my deadline of every single Sunday. I'm going to put a video out, or at least within like a 24 to 48 hour period around Sunday. If I did not have that, I'm so effing serious. Hear me. If I didn't have that, I would never have even gotten close to 50K. I wouldn't have even probably crossed 100. Number 4, do not compare yourself. Just like anything else. You guys have heard me say it a million times on the channel, maybe more than anything else. Don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 12. 12, 12, 12. There are going to be people who have exponentially bigger followings than you. There are going to be people who started at the same time as you who have exponentially bigger followings than you. There are even going to be people who you will never, ever have that many subscribers. Ever. But what's an amazing thing is when you stay in your lane, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When you focus on improving yourself and improving your channel and not comparing it to anyone else's, and you're focused on like making the content you want to make and putting out the vibe that you want to put out and being original, that's going to absolutely change the game for everything you do going forward. The comparison curse is real, my friends. I mean, we all have an inspiration to start YouTube. It's usually a YouTuber and we're like, I want to be like them. You guys know mine was Christian Guzman. But do not ever compare your channel to somebody else's, because it is the fastest and best way to feel like a piece of garbage and to give up. Number 5, enjoy it. You must enjoy yourself, guys. Like, if you're not enjoying the process, you're not making videos you want to make. I've gone through periods where I've made videos that I had absolutely no interest in making, and it made the creation portion of being a YouTuber absolute ass, because I was putting all this work into all these videos that I just like didn't really care about and I didn't really want to make them. So I mean, I could think of a ton of them off the top of my head that I just did not want to make, right? So find your style of content that you enjoy watching and you enjoy making, and kind of mesh the two, right? Or maybe they're the same, but find what you like to make and make sure you build your personal brand around that, or else you are going to hate your life. Now guys, number 6 is not an obvious one, but somehow people just don't seem to realize this. Fall in love with the back end. If you were going to be a YouTuber, that does not mean that you just get in front of the camera and show them your life and just do a bunch of bullshit, right? No, that means that you, at least in the beginning stages, right? At least until you get, 100K plus, whatever you think, right? Until you have the funds to invest in a video editor and all this stuff. You're doing all that stuff yourself. Don't fall in love with people seeing your videos. Fall in love with planning them, filming them, editing them, making thumbnails, researching SEO, researching the right keywords to use, right? Researching titles and figuring out how to get your video seen. All of that is behind the scenes. That's the stuff that you guys don't see. So I'm here to tell you that if you're gonna be a YouTuber, especially off the bat, 90% of your time is going to be creating. And if creating is the 90%, don't fall in love with the 10%, because you're gonna wanna love the process, not just the outcome. Guys, remember one thing. It took me 156 videos to get 50,000 subscribers, okay? So if you're still working on your first 20, your first 50, just remember, it took me I'm looking at the number, 156 videos to hit 50,000 subscribers. So if you're still grinding and you're like, oh, my channel's not going anywhere, slow growth is a blessing. So always remember that going forward. It's the best thing that can happen to you. All right, guys, the final one, number 7, is going to be perfect is the enemy of good. Video's never gonna be perfect. You're never gonna have the perfect idea for a video. It's never gonna be filmed the perfect way. It's never going to be exactly perfectly right. And I actually treat workouts the exact same. I don't see it as like was this the perfect workout where I hit everything and I did strength and I did hypertrophy and I did everything and it was so great, right? That's not how I see lifting weights or working out or anything. It's just like, how did I do? Did I get it done? I got it done, right? Doesn't have to be perfect, but good enough is gonna save your life, and not just YouTube, but anything you do. Like, good enough. Like, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So always strive for doing well, but don't wait until it's perfect. So guys, ultimately in the end, play the long game. Don't play the short game where you're looking just for that exponential growth. And I've seen it too many times where it's like you get exponential growth, and I've been there, right? I've gotten like half of my following I got in like a week because I was popping off in like a week, right? And when you're popping off, life is amazing. And then when you're not popping off, you're like, man, I'm a piece of garbage, right? So you gotta make sure that you control your expectations of yourself and ask yourself how much your own self-worth depends on the attention of others. Because if your happiness relies upon how many likes you're getting and you want to get into this because you want to get more followers and stuff like that, that's not going to serve you. And as soon as you don't have the likes that you used to, you're going to feel like a piece of trash. So don't do it for views, don't do it for likes, do it for a passion project, do it for fulfillment, and do it for an overarching theme for your life. You're cool enough to do it for you, and you are the story, right? I just so happen to lose a bunch of weight, and a lot of people need to lose weight, so they like watching my content to a certain extent, right? But I love talking personal development. I love showing you guys my dog and my girlfriend Chloe, right? It's like, you guys are behind the scenes with me, and just remember that you are the story. For the love of God, just for me, I'm gonna say it one more time, just do not let your self-worth depend on others, because that is such BS, guys. Like, there's so much more to life than that, and I had to learn that the hard way. So on that note, I know this was kind of a cut and dry video, but just a massive thank you. I mean, I genuinely couldn't do this without you guys, and ultimately, just remember to celebrate your small wins, just like 50K for me. Give yourself permission, just like I'm giving myself permission, to celebrate the wins that you might not feel worthy of celebrating. If you don't, your life is gonna be a whole lot more bleak than it needs to be. So bring the sunshine into your life. I hope that over our time spent together, I've brought a little sunshine into your life. So as usual, nothing but love from me, and I'm gonna leave you guys like I leave you every single video. Let's keep getting better together, and let's keep on grinding. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.